October 25th, 1944. 6:47 a.m. off the coast of Samar Island, Philippines. Commander Ernest E. Evans stands on the bridge of the USS Johnston, his destroyer cutting through gray Pacific swells. 20 miles to the north, the horizon darkens with smokestacks. Not American smoke, Japanese smoke. The largest battleship ever built, Yamato, leads a fleet of 4 battleships, 6 heavy cruisers, and 11 destroyers straight toward the American escort carriers behind him. If Evans doesn't buy them time, 10,000 American sailors die in the next hour. The carriers can't outrun battleship guns. They can't fight back. They need minutes. Evans has 327 men, 5 torpedoes, and a destroyer built to screen convoys, not challenge giants. He turns Johnston's bow toward the Japanese center force, toward Yamato, toward certain death. The bridge crew exchanges glances. No orders yet. Just the rhythm of the engines, the metallic taste of salt spray through open hatches, the creak of deck plates under their boots. Ensign Robert Hagen grips the torpedo director, his knuckles white. Below decks, gunner's mate John Hollenbach loads shells into the forward turret, counting each round. 53 5-inch shells left. He knows the count by heart. The ocean stretches flat and endless, the kind of calm that makes men whisper instead of shout. Evans lights a cigarette. His hands don't shake. He watches the masthead lookout scan the northern horizon with binoculars, waiting for the inevitable report. The wind carries diesel fumes and cordite residue from yesterday's airstrikes. In the galley, coffee boils forgotten on the stove. No one goes below for breakfast. Everyone knows something massive is moving toward them, something that will rewrite the morning into blood and fire. 6:59 a.m. The lookout's voice cracks over the intercom. Bridge, pagodas on the horizon. 6 capital ships. Range, 35,000 yards. The words haven't finished when Evans barks into the ship-wide address system. General quarters, all hands to battle stations. This is not a drill. The alarm shrieks through every compartment. Men sprint from their bunks. Hatches slam shut. Damage control teams grab their gear. In the engine room, Chief Machinist's mate, Mel Hess, throws the throttle to flank speed. The destroyer surges forward, vibrating from stem to stern. Johnston heels hard as Evans turns her bow north, not away, toward. The other destroyer captains stare from their bridges as Johnston breaks formation, charging alone toward the entire Japanese center force. Evans keys the radio. We're going in. Give 'em hell. The gap closes. 30,000 yards. 28,000. The sea erupts in mountain-sized geysers as Yamato's 18-inch guns open fire. Each shell weighs as much as a compact car. They scream overhead with the sound of freight trains tearing through heaven. The splashes drench Johnston's deck in seawater columns that reach higher than the mast. Hagen locks his torpedoes on the lead heavy cruiser, Kumano. Evans steers through the shell splashes, using each eruption to mask his position. 500 yards closer. The Japanese switch to armor-piercing rounds. One punches through Johnston's aft stack, doesn't explode, exits the other side trailing smoke. Another hits the forward gun mount. The explosion tears Hollenbach's loader in half. Blood sprays across the breech. Hollenbach keeps loading, screaming over the ringing in his ears. Keep firing! Keep firing! The gun crew doesn't look at what used to be their shipmate. They slam the next shell home. Fire, reload, fire. The 5-inch rounds arc toward Kumano's superstructure, tiny pinpricks against the cruiser's armor. But they're hitting. They're making the Japanese flinch. 18,000 yards. Torpedo range. Hagen's voice rises to a shout. Solution locked. Ready to fire. Evans doesn't hesitate. Fire all torpedoes. Full spread! 5 fish leap from Johnston's tubes in rapid succession, splashing into the ocean, motors screaming to life. White wakes race toward the Japanese formation. Evans cranks the wheel hard over, throwing Johnston into a radical turn. The destroyer leans so far the port rail touches water. Men grab stanchions to stay upright. Behind them, the torpedoes run true. Kumano's captain sees them too late. The first torpedo strikes her bow. The second hits amidships. Twin explosions blow holes big enough to drive trucks through. Kumano lurches out of formation, flooding, her bow sagging into the sea. Evans pumps his fist. One down. But Yamato keeps coming. The other destroyers join the attack now. Hole, Hearman, Samuel B. Roberts. They lay smoke, weaving through the formation, firing everything they have. The ocean becomes a maze of gray fog and orange muzzle flashes. Inside the smoke, Johnston takes a catastrophic hit. A 14-inch shell from battleship Congo penetrates the after-engine room. The explosion kills everyone inside instantly. Steam erupts through fractured pipes. The lights go out. Johnston slows to 17 knots. Her steering fails. Evans grabs a sound-powered phone. Bridge to after steering. Switch to manual control. In the sweltering compartment, 3 decks below, 2 sailors crank the massive rudder by hand, sweat pouring into their eyes. Johnston limps forward. Another salvo rips into her port side. 3 shells in succession. The radar mast topples. The forward stack collapses. Fire spreads across the 0-1 deck. Medic Eugene Moss crawls through the smoke, dragging wounded men away from the flames. His hands blistered, his uniform soaked in other people's blood. He finds a sailor with both legs gone below the knee, still conscious, still asking if his gun is okay. Moss lies. It's fine. You did great. 7:24 a.m. Johnston has taken over 40 hits. Half her crew is dead or wounded. She's on fire in 6 places. Her speed drops to 8 knots. Evans stands on the exposed bridge wing, his shirt burned away, his left hand mangled. He refuses morphine. He watches Yamato turn away. The entire Japanese formation is reversing course. The carriers are escaping. The mission is complete. But Johnston is dying. The deck tilts 10 degrees to port. The list increases. Engineers report water flooding the forward magazines. There's no saving her. Evans gives the order. Abandon ship. All hands. Men jump into the oil-slicked water. Life rafts deploy. The wounded are lowered on ropes. Evans walks through the dying ship one last time, checking compartments, making sure no one is left behind. He finds 3 sailors trapped in the forward berthing, the hatch jammed. He kicks it open, blood streaming down his face, and shoves them toward the life rafts. Johnston rolls onto her side at 7:55 a.m. The ocean pours through open hatches. Steam hisses as seawater touches the boilers. Evans stands on the slanting deck as it slides beneath the surface. Some survivors report seeing him salute the flag as it disappears beneath the waves. Others say he simply stood there, expressionless, accepting the end. The destroyer sinks, bow first, her screws still turning, pulling her down into 3,000 fathoms of darkness. The men in the water watch her go. Some cry, some float in shock. A Japanese destroyer passes the survivors, and her captain, Commander Terauchi, orders his crew to attention. They salute the floating Americans, respect for sailors who fought impossibly well. 186 men from Johnston survive. 141 do not. Ernest Evans' body is never recovered. He receives the Medal of Honor posthumously. Kumano limps back to Japan, permanently crippled. Yamato never fires her main guns at the American carriers. The Battle of Samar ends as the greatest upset in naval history. Destroyers and escort carriers defeating battleships. Evans bought the time. His men paid the price. The ocean keeps their ship. Subscribe to see the story of the Samuel B. Roberts, the destroyer escort that refused to die.